What's up, guys? Today we're talking about lists. All right, before I jump into it, I just wanted to say I really appreciate all the love that the channel has been getting. We've been growing in subscribers. We've been getting more views per video. Last video got like over 1,000 views. Appreciate that. Worked hard on that one, so I'm glad that you guys are enjoying it. I've been getting a lot of very nice DMs, so I'm glad you guys are liking it. All right, thank you for sharing it. It really helps, and I'm glad it's getting through. So I appreciate that positive feedback. All right, let's get into it. So, all right. So, lists. What do I mean? I'm talking about creating lists because lists help you organize your life. All right. Now, these lists can be physical lists or it could be in your phone. It doesn't really matter. But I'm going to talk about what I mean when I say I want you guys to be making lists. All right. So, I have here some notes, and I wrote down some of the lists that I have in my life. All right, the first one and the most important one is your to-do list. All right, and this is going to be its own separate video. Okay, I'll make a whole separate video just on how to structure and create your to-do lists. But for now, let's just leave it at make a to-do list as one of your lists, as the most important list. Okay, just for the sake of brevity, I'll make a separate video. All right. The second list that I have written down is movies I love. So I have a list in my notes that's movies I love. All right. Now, you're probably thinking, and by the way, that could be for anything. It could be for albums I love. It could be books I love. It could really be for anything. Songs I love, artists I love, all that stuff. It could be for anything. And you're probably wondering, what does this have to do with self-improvement? Well, quite a bit, all right? Basically, by having all these lists about yourself, you begin to know yourself better. You begin to understand yourself better, and you can even probably start to see patterns in your appreciation of things that you may not have prior to actually writing down these things, all right? So you know these things already. You already know which movies you love, but you've never seen it in a real list. All right. When you see it in a list, you start to realize like, oh wow, like I have a very clear aesthetic, and or you maybe you'll realize, wow, I have a really basic taste in movies. Maybe I should work on that. Or it could be anything. Let me before I dive deeper, let me read some other lists that I have. All right. So I have movies I love, movies to watch, books I've read, books to read, albums I love, people who inspire me, a list of people who inspire me, people to learn about, things to learn about, and then ideas. So let's break it down. So as far as like movies to watch or books to read, this is just a really good way of organizing things so that you know, one thing it really helps with is like, I have a list of movies to watch. All right. It's over 500 movies long. One immediate and very practical benefit of that is I know that I can't get bored. How can I get bored? I have 500 movies that I'm, want to watch. So that's just one thing. And they're all, selective movies. Like it's taken me months and months to build up that list. It's not just like I look up movies and I write everything down. You know what I mean? They're movies I really want to watch. All right. Now I have 500 of those plus. So I'm not going to get bored. All right. I have a list of books to read so that, as soon as I know, when I finish this book, okay, I want to go read this book next. And I have to write it down because I don't trust this to just keep it in there. All right. It's so much easier and it's going to take so much like pressure off of your brain to just write everything down. And then you can have, more brain power to think about other things and remember other things. All right. Just take some stress off your brain. Make some lists. All right. Let's keep going. People who inspire me. This is a really good thing. Just to make a list of everybody who inspires you. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be top 100. Just everybody, every single person that inspires you. All right. One of the benefits of this is, whenever you're feeling uninspired, you can just look at this list and you can be like, oh shit, like, I love that guy. or I love that woman, or like whatever it is. And then you'll have like, I have probably like 60 people on there so far. And so if I'm ever uninspired, I could go look at that list and be like, oh shit, they were in a situation that was way worse than the one I'm in right now. Like they did it, they got through it. So I don't know, like I'm just saying, like, you know, they serve multiple purposes having these lists, but I just can't even really explain it better than it's just nice to have a list of it, and it helps you know yourself, and it helps take stress off of trying to remember all this stuff. All right. The next one I have is people to learn about. So I put in there, all right, if I hear one of my inspirations in an interview mention Hugh Hefner or some shit like that, maybe not Hugh Hefner, maybe let's say like, you know, Axel Vorvoot or whatever his name is. Like I heard Kanye mention him one time, some kind of an architect. So I put that one on the list of people to look into. All right. So, you know, over time, that list has developed into over 50 people. So these are like 50 new people that I'm going to learn all about that are like my inspirations, and lesser known people or whatever. So, you know, that's going to make me so much more of a cultured person. So much more, you know, educated. So it's good to write that stuff down, and you're not going to remember it either unless you write it down. All right. And then I have things to learn about. So that could be like brands I want to learn about, or different concepts I want to learn about, different like religious concepts or practices, or different like, I don't know, types of workouts or something like that. You know what I mean? It could be anything, different drawing styles, different like fashion techniques. Literally, it could be anything. All right. But it really helps to just write that stuff down so that you don't forget. All right. And then the last list that I have is ideas. And in ideas, you know, I have actually a few different ideas notes for different things. Like I might have an ideas list for clothes, an ideas list for products, an ideas list for, you know, stuff like that. You can separate them so that it doesn't get as foggy or muddy. But that one's pretty self-explanatory. Just write the ideas that you have as you have them. If you don't have an ideas list by now, like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I probably have hundreds of ideas written down in my notes right now. I am at no, you know, lack of that. And if I didn't have those ideas, I'd be like, fuck, like, once I do this thing, I don't know what I'm going to do next. I can't feel like that. How could I feel like that? I have 200 ideas written down. You know what I mean? So all of this listing that I'm talking about really contributes to a sense of abundance. You know, I have abundant movies to watch. I have abundant books to read, abundant albums that I should listen to, abundant people to look into, you know, documentaries to watch. I'm good. Like, even if everyone in my life drops me, I'm straight. I have shit to do no matter what. Even if the business goes under, like, I have stuff to learn about and stuff to do and to look into. All right. So it contributes to a large sense of abundance. All right. That's one thing. It helps you know yourself better and understand yourself and your patterns better and your aesthetics and your way of thinking better. It organizes things, so it takes stress off your memory and your mind for trying to remember all this different things. And, you know, as far as to-do lists, it could just make you more productive. So, yeah, those are some benefits to making lists, and something that I haven't really heard people talk about. So, yeah, make some lists. Let me know what lists you guys are making. Let me know if listing has helped your life. What lists do you already have? Do you have any? Do you not have any at all? Let me know in the comments. All right, comment, like, subscribe, share the video with a friend. You know, if you want to see more videos like this in your feed, then the best thing that you could do is like it, because then YouTube will spit out more videos like this to you to watch and become a better person. So do that. Keep the conversation going in the comments. Let me know what else you guys want to see. That's it. Peace. Love.